In today's video, I'm going to be gaming on an iPhone 15 Pro. So you may be asking, like, oh, what are the specifications? Is this like a low battery health, like weak phone with bad batteries and stuff? Well, here's the specifications. The battery health is at 99%. It just dropped right now. I'm so sad because it used to be at 100, but that's what you get when you keep draining it to 0 and charging it for hours. It's using like 191 gigabytes as of the storage, and the RAM is 8 gigabytes, which should be good for a phone. So we're gonna be trying 3 games today on the phone. The first game is gonna be Roblox. The second game is gonna be FC25, and the third game, Fortnite, because that's probably what a majority of you guys play. You're probably asking how I have Fortnite on an iPhone, and the answer is gonna be Amazon Luna. It's just like Xbox Cloud Gaming, but it's Amazon, and it's more accessible to me. So let's hop into Roblox real quick. Also, disclaimer: I'm not gonna be using my phone case, so I get better temps, and the phone doesn't overheat, because that's a problem that this phone usually has. So we're gonna play Roblox right now. This game isn't too demanding, but it's not like super duper light either. So this is just like a ground-based game that we can play. So the phone right now, it's not overheating yet. Usually it overheats doing light tasks, which is pretty annoying, but that's when I have my phone case on. The temps are going to be better without the phone case. The gameplay does feel pretty smooth, and it's like efficient to play with. Also, I have the screen recording up there if you guys didn't notice. So yeah, it's pretty like easy game to run, and I expect this to run the game good, because before I got my gaming PC, I was playing this game on like a 12-year-old all-in-one Lenovo computer. So of course this has to run better, because that had like 2 gigabytes of RAM. I would show you guys the FPS, but there's no native way to see the FPS on an iPhone without jailbreaking it, and I'm not gonna do that for a singular YouTube video. So I think Roblox caps the FPS at 60, but they recently did an update where you can set it up to 240. So if I had to guess, it's either running like 120 FPS or 90 FPS if the uncapped feature is available on mobile. But overall, this thing is running really good. So let's move over to FC Mobile. I know some of you might not be as interested in this game, so that's why I have timestamps letting you know which games are in which parts.
Oh my god, bro.
So yeah, this game is actually a lot more like demanding than Roblox. It has like high quality graphics and stuff. There's a PC version, which is even more demanding, but for now we're gonna do the mobile version. Again, there's no way to see your FPS, so I guess it's around 60 FPS. It doesn't feel like super crisp. It just feels like a regular game. Like for example, Roblox felt more smooth than this. If I had to guess, there's like some lag spikes in between, so I guess it's around 60 FPS. But the game is like still really playable. Like I think you could play this game on an iPhone as old as like the 12 and not have a big struggle. So now that game is about to be done, we're gonna move over to our last but not least game, Fortnite. So again, you guys may be wondering, how are you even gonna play Fortnite on your phone? Didn't Apple have like a fight with Epic Games? Well, yeah, they did, but we're gonna be using cloud gaming from Amazon Luna to solve that problem. And on Fortnite, you can actually see your FPS, so this is gonna be a lot easier. Now last but definitely not least, we have Fortnite. So in the settings, you can't uncap the FPS from 60, which is pretty annoying because, you know, this device has a 120 refresh rate, so it might be able to get 120 FPS. But anyways, if it looks a little blurred out, that's because I couldn't directly contact it to my iPhone to edit because Google Drive wasn't working. But yeah, so we're gonna try a 0 delay map. That's like a little demanding with backgrounds and stuff. Alright, so we're in. The screen recording is gonna be up there in like maybe a couple seconds. So yeah, they like spec this thing out for mobile, even though it's not meant for mobile. Like look, they have the controls, aim assist. They're looking really fresh, honestly. It doesn't really lag. There's only like slight drops in between, but it's still really playable. It's honestly better than some PCs I've seen, which is pretty impressive. But it's not very ideal to play this. You can't crank 90s on this if your life depended on it. It's physically not possible. You'd have to have like 3 hands if you wanted to do that. But yeah, the game's running pretty good. It's 60 FPS, like straight 60, because you can't uncap it. It didn't go lower than that. Editing and like playing on it is not optimal, but they spec this thing out for mobile. Like, what do you want them to do? This is the best that they can do. Although I probably get like 10 times the FPS on my computer, this is not bad if you go over to your friend's house and he's on his like PC or console and you guys want to play Fortnite together. You just whip out your phone and then bam, you have this. But honestly, if you're really at that extent, you might want to play another game because this phone is capable of playing Fortnite. I mean, the controls aren't the most optimal, which is the big problem, but the performance is like really good, better than anything I've ever seen on a phone, besides those like $1,000 gaming phones. But you're not going to be carrying that around in your day-to-day life. Most people have an iPhone. Well, I prefer Android though, but I still have an iPhone. One annoying part is that you can't adjust any of the settings, so it's just always going to be at 0 or lower. That's just what it caps at, and you can't like change the graphics to like a lot higher or like a lot lower. You just can't do that. It's always locked to one setting, which is kind of annoying, but I think they might fix that problem in the future. So basically that sums up the conclusion of this video. Yes, you can game on an iPhone. You can play things such as Roblox, FC Mobile, Minecraft, probably Rocket League. Even those demanding games can get a solid 60 frames. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Can you please, I'm not forcing you, but you can like and subscribe if you want. Anyways, God bless.